Welcome back. So today we're gonna be working on cleaning the engine. It's just gonna be a simple task because it's not that filthy. It's dirty. It's dusty. A little bit of oil here, and it's just dust. Nothing greasy. And there's just a couple of things that we need to cover. One is your filter. Two is your alternator, which for this car is this one. And then for older cars that has a distributor cap, I would suggest cover it. This doesn't have a distributor cap. One thing to avoid on cars as old as mine is wiring. If you're gonna be using pressurized water, and try to not to point directly to those wires because you might crumple them. Mine, this is really old. See, you can actually hear how crispy they are. I'll just replace this. They're really crispy. So what we're gonna be using are ordinary car wash soap like this. And if it's really filthy, oily, I'll use dish soap. And if you're going to a really cleaning process, then this is a good tool. And this is the ultimate tool. This is a degreaser, which is used by industrial kitchens. They're very strong. They're so strong that you don't want it on your hands or nails. Well, one time I forgot to put on my gloves. You know what happened to my nails? Damn, they were very soft. A tip when using this, wear gloves. And that's it. A bunch of sponge, brush, and so we'll try to keep it as basic as possible, so at least we can encourage you guys to do it yourselves. And the last weapon that I'm gonna use is a detailer. So this for those parts that I miss. So first thing we need to do is cover whatever needs to be covered. And then let's cover the alternator. And by the way, for my engine, I need to cover the timing belt because I don't have a cover for the timing belt. For your cars, I'm sure you have a cover for your timing belt. No need to do this. I don't have a cover because I don't want it covered. If your engine bay is really filthy, then first thing you have to do is to degrease things that needs to be degreased. As I've mentioned earlier, let's do this as basic as possible. So let's start with dish soap. It's hard for me to pronounce that. Dish soap. You want to start with this because you don't want it to be diluted with water. That's why if you're going to do this, more seriously, you should start with the degreaser. But we're trying to avoid that to prove the point that we can do it with basic stuff. If it's not greasy, then no need for this. You can just start with, the usual car shampoo. I think for this car, that's the only greasy part, and this. When I was young, without the background of automotive, without schooling, I was very paranoid with doing this. So what I'll do is I'll actually remove the battery terminals and then just let it dry overnight and then start it the next day. And it always works. Nothing. I won't have any problems starting it. So this is just ordinary car soap. So don't worry about the belt for the AC and the alternator. So I like to do it, tediously, inch by inch. So let's start from the left corner. Some would say to use brush. I don't like brush. Somehow I feel like it's gonna scratch the paint, because you invested on the paint on the engine bay and you don't want it to get scratched. So for tighter areas, I like to use my brush, paint brush, not some hard bristle brush. I think my brush is dirty. See? It is. Or you can use a rug. And then just squeeze it in. And for those more tight areas, you can get a spatula or a stick. Roll your rug over the stick and then just work around it. To finish it, I like to make a pass again with soap suds. So this will clean up any of those remaining dirt. And then rinse it as much as you can, because you don't want any soap suds remaining. because it will form some sort of, you know, rain marks. Okay, and then just dry it off. If you've got a compressor, air dry it. But again, we're trying to do it as basic as possible, so we're gonna dry it with a rug. This is where your detailer will come in. That you see that you miss cleaning, hit it with a detailer. In some parts, let's say for example on this area, even though you were able to clean it well, I like to spray it with a detailer, because the detailer has wax and it tries to prevent any dirt sticking on it. That's why on this engine it's very easy to clean, because that's the routine. Now for rubbers, sometimes your rubbers are all whitish. I usually use brake fluid, you know, the ones that you drain from your brake flushing, those old brake fluids. They make your hoses black, darker. So with my hoses, I already did those a long time ago, so it just kept them black for a long time. I don't know why, but it did. If you notice, I skip this because most of the time they're really dirty, so you want to touch that the last, so you don't spread all the dirt. So that's it. All we have to do is remove the plastics. Don't forget to remove the plastics, or else it's going to be something serious. There we go. Once more, clean some parts that I don't need to clean this. I'll probably clean this and oil this again. It's been a long time since I oiled that K&N filter. And we're done. So that's it, guys. Done with the engine bay. Hope you like this video. I'm sure you have a hunch what's next. So we'll be cleaning the K&N filters and put conditioner in it. Anyways, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the bell button for notification. And I'm out. Peace. Well, it won't go off. So that's where your degreasel will work. But not today. Today is basic. And I'm happy with it.